Adventures in Timeshare Land. We recently had the opportunity to enjoy a 3-night stay in Las Vegas and try out a Hilton Grand Vacations timeshare property, thanks to the generosity of our good friends George and Allison. They are members of the Hilton Grand Vacations Club and supplied some of their unused points for the stay while we picked up all the incidentals that a stay at the property required. I'll give a more detailed accounting of that at the end of this video. Our adventure began at the Las Vegas International Airport shortly after landing. As we were going to ground transportation at the airport, I received a call from the hotel where we would be staying, the Boulevard, Las Vegas, a Hilton Grand Vacations Club Resort hotel. I couldn't hear that well, and I thought it was just the hotel confirming our reservation. But in that noisy environment, I just wasn't sure. We Ubered it to the hotel, and when we arrived and checked in at the desk where they had directed me, I found that I had agreed to attend a short 1 to 2 hour presentation about the Hilton Grand Vacations Club. As they offered to compensate me for my time, I agreed. We decided to drop everything off in our room before exploring the hotel and Vegas, and rode the elevator to the 23rd floor in Tower 2 of the property. We found our room to be a comfortable one-bedroom apartment-like environment. There was a separate bedroom, 2 entrances to the single bathroom, one from the living room and one from the bedroom. The living room had a hide-a-bed couch that we relegated to my brother-in-law for the duration of our stay. The full kitchen had a range, microwave, full-size refrigerator, clothes washing machine, and dryer hiding behind the cabinet doors. Overall, it was a very comfortable room for us to stay in. We had a view of sorts as we looked over to see the stratosphere in the near distance. But soon enough, it was time for our timeshare adventure to begin, and my wife and I made our way to the Membership Experience Center. After being directed to sign in at the waiting terminals and receiving a personalized message welcoming us, we were told to make ourselves comfortable in the small cafe-like area and enjoy the coffee, tea, and soft drinks and available snacks. After enjoying the hospitality for a bit, we were introduced to our assigned salesperson and told that our presentation would begin soon. We were told that after the presentation, we would take a short tour of the property and then sit down and crunch the numbers. The 45-minute presentation was given by, supposedly, an actual club member who extolled us with the glory and the benefits of club membership. All in all, it was an interesting presentation and a relatively low-key, soft-sell one at that. Upon completing the formal presentation, our salesperson met us once again and took us on a brief tour of additional rooms, apartments available to owners of the club package. We found that these rooms had more of a view than the one we stayed in and looked out over part of the Strip and the giant Las Vegas sphere. After our tour, it was time to follow our salesperson back to her office and go through what the club was offering us in more detail. As it turns out, the club is a points-based club, where as an owner, you are buying a package that includes X amount of points and privileges. With those points, you can stay at any of the 200 Hilton Grand Vacation properties, 7,600 Hilton properties, or 4,200 RCI exchange resort properties around the world. And then, at the bottom of one of those papers, I saw something that piqued my interest. According to that paper, you could exchange your points for discounted cruises and other vacation opportunities, in addition to the HGV properties. My wife and I both asked what this feature was all about. We had shown interest. Our interest had cued our salesperson to explain there may be someone better to explain this all to you, and it was time for the closer to enter the conversation. The closer went into more detail on the tiered system that was the Hilton Grand Vacation Max program. She got into some of the numbers that somewhat frightened me, being a little bit north of $30,000 for the initial buy-in. However, during this conversation, she could not tell me just how those points could be used to purchase a cruising vacation, our preferred method of travel. Another thing to keep in mind, but which was glossed over during the presentation, is the resort, booking, or transfer fees that would be charged for stays at any other property other than your own home resort. And after your initial buy-in, there are some reoccurring charges that are billed every year. Those charges include a yearly membership and maintenance fee and real estate taxes, since you are now the proud owner of a condo, at least a small part of one. My wife and I had previously discussed what we would do during this meeting, and after agreeing that if the value was not there for us, we would, through a little prearranged signal, decline their offer. At us declining their offer, our closer immediately went into hyper sales mode, almost cut the offer in half, and offered additional one-time bonus points. But I still did not see the value in the package based on our preferred travel circumstances, so I told her so, politely declining her offer once more. It was like flipping a switch, and suddenly our up to this point smiling closer lost her smile and took on a scowling face. Noticing the distinct chill in the room, we asked if we could have the offer in writing along with the details and take it back to our room where we could look it over and discuss it in more detail. We were flatly denied, and not all that nicely, told by the closer that no, that would not be possible because this was the one-time offer they were going to make to us, and we could not have any of the details that had been offered up to this point in writing. I looked at my wife, and she looked at me, and we said, "Oh, okay. No, thank you," once more. Then we got up to leave in what was now a very awkward silence. As I recall, our closer then stomped out in a huff just ahead of us, while to her credit, our salesperson continued to be chill and maintained a smiling, happy demeanor. We stopped to pick up our promised compensation and returned to our room more confused and almost just as much in the dark as we were going into the presentation. So, given all that, is the Hilton Grand Vacations Club something for you? Well, I think the answer depends upon your preferred method of travel. If you take several vacations a year, or one big grand vacation every year or two, and your preferred vacation method is staying in land-based hotels or resorts, then it could be for you. Remember that Hilton Grand Vacations Club offers 200-plus resort-style properties for your vacationing pleasure around the world in its base package, as well as the opportunity to stay in 7,600 Hilton hotel properties by exchanging club points for Hilton Honors points. And to book with RCI Resorts Exchange Program for a stay at one of their 4,200 properties worldwide. That's a lot of hotels and variety. Perhaps the best way to find out if the Hilton Grand Vacations Club or any other vacation club timeshare is for you is to take advantage of the many deals offered by Hilton Grand Vacations at one of their properties and watch a presentation. Here are a couple of examples of those deals, and you can see from the destination and the hotel that they are actually quite good deals. Just be aware that you and your significant other will be expected to attend a 1.5 hour to 2 hour presentation where they will offer you the opportunity to join the club. Well, lastly, let's crunch the numbers for our timeshare adventure. As mentioned, thanks to the generosity of our friends, we used 2,976 points of their club points for the stay. We paid the $118 reservation and guest certificate fees for our 3-night stay. Because we attended their presentation, the Hilton Grand Vacations Club gave us a $100 cash card. We also swiped some of the snacks in the timeshare waiting area for a total of about $6, making our 3-day stay in a nice hotel in sunny Las Vegas a net cost of about $12. So, for us, sure, it was worth it. Even having to endure a timeshare presentation featuring a good cop, bad cop sort of sales pitch, it was still worth it to us. So, in the end, we still firmly believe that the timeshare idea is not for us. Admittedly, that is based primarily on the way we prefer to travel. This, of course, is based on our thoughts and opinions. And, of course, your ideas, opinions, experiences, and mileage may vary. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to be notified of new videos as they drop. Please check out our other content and keep an eye out for new content as we post it. I have some more short travel videos coming up, as well as some new cruises. So stay tuned for more, and as always, safe and happy travels from T's Cruise and Travel Muse.